To order the Board of Safety work session for August 27th, 2025 at 5 p.m. If we could please stand and pledge allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Roll call.
Ms. Little? Here. Mr. Nagy?
Here.
Mr. Villalobos? Mr. Caper?
Present.
Mr. Stick?
Here.
Mr. Grusha is absent. Mr. Brittingham is absent. Mr. Mager?
Here.
Sorry. Mr. Carnahan is absent. Mr. Becker?
Here.
Ms. Heiduk is present.
The purpose of this work session is to discuss some of the policies of the fire department and policy 1000. This is for a work study only. There is no public comment anywhere, or the public is not involved with our discussion. If you'd like to start, Nick.
I just saw agenda items on the agenda. I didn't know you were specifically going over on policy.
Well,
Do you have a copy?
at the last meeting, you made a statement, meaning that we did not meet state status, the requirements,
Correct.
aptitude test, and CPAP test.
So within your email, I emailed you by direction of council with the hiring process, the process and procedures the other day. Do you guys have a copy of that?
You made the statement at the last meeting that our policy didn't pass state statutes. Show us what you mean.
There is a state statute specifically in there that was the wrong statute number.
We have, this is the statute, the last one that came out of the packet that Sandy gave us.
Okay.
1000, okay? It refers to this policy right here. It matches everything that the state requirements require. So you need to show us what you was talking about.
Okay. I'll have to get a copy of it.
Right here. If it's broken, we want to fix it.
That's why there's a process and procedure
Well,
put
we
together.
need to clear up your comment, what you made.
This fine law, this isn't familiar with me. I use the actual Indiana site.
According to that, what you sent me, we needed two things. We needed CPAT and we needed aptitude. And then if you refer to the state statute, it shows both of them in there.
Which section of policy are you under, speaking of?
Well, if you go to the second or third page, it says refer to that. I'll come over and point.
Second or third page of this?
I'm not catchy, by the way. See, if you go down to here, it says big, that one right there, okay? And then this is what that is, and then it refers to both of them right here. So we would be following state statutes. If you want to change something, that's all right, but this passes state statutes.
Okay, I don't, like I said, Norm, this is fine law,
Well, that's what this is.
but I actually use the Indiana site, so
It's
my
got-
confusion right out the gate is, specifically for the 77 fund, they changed the age to 18 years of age. So, I mean, that has to be reviewed too.
Well, this is what I thought you had a problem with. The testing, the CPAP.
Yes,
and-
this is
And the aptitude test.
filed with the commission, that's reference a merit commission. I was looking under board of safety and also,
But as far as testing, it would be okay.
yeah, and there was never a process set up, so that's what I created. That I know it's been discussed for years.
Yeah, I know that we don't know what Tom tested.
So you're specifically referring to this
Well,
code?
I thought, yeah, which is it. This is, everything else that covers everything in there, and then this is the catch-all.
Yeah,
This covers everything.
but again, this results test should be filled with the commission.
Well, you just, if it needs to be changed a word, but it's not
This,
like,
yeah, this is a state statute
but
though.
it's not like that it's just totally wrong.
So, on top of that though, is there was no process ever established, so that's what I requested the interim directive for. So, 12. Let's see, applicants.
But if you want to clear that up, that's great. But-
Yeah,
But
this,
this passes though, that would not, in other words, this current one does pass state statutes, the 1,000 that this one. This would have been the last one that, whenever Sandy handed out packets, so it's gotta be the latest.
well, the issue with this is that's in draft mode too.
Yeah. That's what she handed out.
Yeah,
So-
I'll have to do some research on the actual policy that was whenever it was approved and submitted.
Okay.
Because draft is,
Right,
that's the wrong one.
I know, but that's what we got.
So if you need copies of policies, please refer to me before
Well-
Sandy, so I'll make sure you get the right one, because that's draft.
That's not saying this, but everything in here is correct.
But that's what I'm saying, I don't
Right.
know if that was the one being worked on, because that's in draft.
Right.
So I can't tell you that's the actual approved policy that you guys approved.
That's all we got. You guys want copies of this?
Yeah, since I have absolutely zero clue what's being
I can
discussed
actually
right now.
send you the, from the Indiana General Assembly, the official statute.
Please,
Would
please
you guys
send
like
me.
that?
Yeah.
Did you make copies of it, please?
Now, or-
Cheryl? I'll do that. Okay.
How many copies do you need, Aaron?
Whoever wants them, bring this if you want.
Okay, everybody need a copy of both?
Please.
Yes, sir, please. Thank you.
Yep. Nick, can you clear something up for me?
Yes, sir.
You sent an email and said that, even though we had an, opening for a hire, that you were not gonna hire anybody until a policy was addressed, you came up with a temporary policy, is that what I remember you writing?
Yes, it's the actual requirements and procedures for a
Okay,
hiring
so
process.
what was the policy that you came up with? Was it 2000 or 202, what was it?
No, there was no actual policy that's the issue.
That you came up with?
Mhm.
So which policy were you questioning?
That one that I gave you.
1,000 doesn't have an actual process or procedure within it,
For what, for hiring?
For
Or for
hiring.
testing?
both. Because the hiring process policy within Lexipol is still in draft mode, it was never approved. I think it's called like 1,300 or something.
And policy 1300, if it is approved, would then satisfy these?
I would recommend against approving as it sits.
Okay. And what were your objections to policy 1300?
It needs cleaned up and spelled out like the requirements and procedures I submitted.
Okay, so when you say cleaned up, that's what I'm asking for clarification. What needs to be cleaned up?
There's part-time, there's volunteer, there's full-time, there's no direct procedure like I sent you guys. This is like 10 pages long, 9 pages long. It's spelled out to a T what to do. That's why I didn't refer to 1,300, because it was never officially finished or approved.
Okay, but had it been approved, you would still object to it, as written?
No, because there'd be a process, official process on.
Okay. So what
I also
process?
created, I'm sorry, go
Go
ahead.
ahead, no, carry on.
I also created the same thing for, the part-time, for the firefighter, paramedic from a surrounding department that we hired part-time. It's very similar to this for the interim, and that was sent out. So the part-time lateral is done too, it's not as detailed.
Okay.
It's shortened quite a bit because it's already a certified individual for a part-time
That's a
position.
discussion just for us.
Okay.
Because we're gonna vote on it later on.
Got it.
So what do we have to do to get this hiring process rolling already?
It's already advertised.
Okay,
I saw it on Facebook.
so there's no policy that we have to adopt or amend in order to make this happen?
From my understanding, we're running with the requirements and procedures for this next hire.
And that's satisfactory?
I believe so.
Okay.
It meets all the testing requirements and a uniform formatting for interviews, everything.
Okay, so there's nothing impeding the hiring of any new candidates or laterals or anything?
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna follow these requirements and procedures.
Okay, so we're ready to go?
Mhm.
Okay.
That was direction of the council, to my knowledge.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, anything else for Nick? No? Any questions for Nick? Okay, then you want to discuss this?
Mm-hmm.
Then
The agenda,
it's on the agenda?
well, we're gonna vote on.
Okay, we're voting on policy 202, so we need to discuss a little bit about, what we feel about this, because this includes all the state or federal policies are only, and we only meet monthly, but we,
The issue is that the chief can change anything he wants to.
oh,
Thank you.
the fact that this allows
Here, Ben.
the, chief to make changes without us approving them.
Can I review the policy before we
You
discuss
may.
it?
Thank you. And is there a copy of that policy?
Just the one we have, I believe. Two.
Policy. 202.
I get a copy. You've got a copy.
There was another original email from the process or procedures.
Hey, Ben,
When I originally created that.
Ben?
would you mind making copies of this, please? This one here,
You have 202 now, Ben?
that's right. No, I didn't get it.
I did not know what the discussion was gonna be, so I didn't.
That's on,
Okay.
that's out of my book. Would you just,
So what am I doing with these copies?
The 202, he wants, you're making copies of 202?
see it so everybody can.
So everybody can look at this, yeah, because I'm reading this one. This is the only one that exists?
That's out of my book.
Okay.
All right.
And those are my thoughts.
I didn't get to your thoughts yet. Just go
Are
to
there any
your
other
thoughts.
copies that need to be made?
That's all I got.
That's all you got?
I guess while we're waiting, we can question, are there, Nick, are there Lexipol policies that need to be reviewed that you've been through?
No state or federal updates as of today.
Okay.
So Nick,
Yes.
what's your opinion as far as trustee wants to sell the town the Hanover engine
I support it.
before or after we get the new engine?
What do you mean before or after?
Well, he was saying that, in other words, like when we get our new engine, then that would be like a second. So, we really would need to talk about buying it until we get our new engine, right?
That's correct until all the training's done, so probably mid to late spring next year.
That one is coming
Because
in.
I'm not gonna be training with it if there's ice and snow on the roads, and it's probably gonna be here in January, so we're gonna really take our time, weather dependent on training.
So you think January?
For the new engine, yes, that's what I had sent out last week,
Did they have the chassis done or just the cab?
just the cab.
Those are my thoughts going on there.
Thanks again, sir.
What's that? Yes, sir.
Any thoughts?
What's the issue? Somebody wants to make this an issue, what's the issue? You like that, where they can just wipe out the whole policy? Like I said, it gives them more authority than what we do. That's not right.
Okay.
I think what happened here, and I really think this is something we need to look into, is when policies are not getting reviewed, like Lexipol, so on and so forth, and we just title and number interim directives 202, interim directives 205, or whatever. If we haven't had a group that went and reviewed them and can teach us what they're all about, then I don't think we should vote on them like that anymore. Because this, I would have never said yes to this on the original vote. And I know sometimes we lump them together by number and policy 202, blah, blah, blah. Well, somewhere or another, all of us need to get, and I know we all can't go to the fire department or to the police department and review Lexipols that we're putting in. And I know that making it quicker is reviewing it by the number, but maybe if we've got policies to review, we should look at having a work session prior to the meeting. And if it's Dave and I that review them, if it's Barb and Charlie that review them, they should, this is what we reviewed, this is what we think, this is what we want, blah, blah, blah.
Larry, I like that idea.
I don't feel that we should anymore. Then we can, if we want to speed it up during the process, go by, but there's just sometimes that, okay, what did you review? What did we change? And we're paying a lot of money for Lexipol, and I think that we should be reviewing every one of their policies, not just state and federal, because who's to know? There might be a golden nugget laying in there that, wow, would this ever fit our situation? And if we want to throw the rest of them away, fine. But if we find one out of 20 that we think this could really work for us, I think we should look into it. But that's just my 2 cents.
May I comment?
Yes, please.
Specifically related to policy 202 as direction with the council, I would not make major changes or major changes within policy. This specific example went directly to you guys with the interim directive for immediate need, as the policy says. I myself would not just go and change it and say this is what it is. I did send that to you guys, so I think this is a very beneficial policy. I understand you can't guarantee that in the future who the chief may be, so I can see the concern with that, but understand how I went about it, I thought was acceptable, because there was an immediate need for the department for a hiring process, because the direction of the council wouldn't have been to create the posting and advertise immediately. It'd have to go till at least September 2nd, the next council meeting, provided past tonight's meeting. So we've already had a week of advertisement for a full-time position, replacement hire, for 2 replacement hires, potentially. So I mean, that's where the benefit of this specific policy came into play. And this was an approved policy from, I believe, day 1. I don't remember if it was Norm and Charlie that, or Norm and, was it Jim that used to do policy?
A lot of them got bundled up together when we first accepted, you know.
I understand, but I'm just going by what the policies I have available.
When, some of it all came, and you couldn't review all that. It's been impossible.
So I see this as a policy that gives the chief some flexibility to adapt to changing situations as they're needed.
if something happens between our meetings, before we can approve a policy, he's given the authority by this 202 policy to make whatever changes that he needs in order to adapt to whatever given situation. And it says right here, the fire chief shall issue interim directives. Directives are considered policy until it is added to the actual policy. So this interim directive is good until our next regularly scheduled meeting, where we will vote to either keep it or change it or deny it. So he does have that flexibility to put an interim directive out there to keep things running until whatever the issue is addressed in his own. So I think this is a good policy. I don't see there's anything wrong with it. We trust the chief to do the thing that helps the department best. I have no objections to this. I don't know what the objection is.
And also, we have the opportunity to, in 48 hours, we could, after 48 hours of advertising, we could have an emergency meeting. So, I feel, I might be stepping in here, this deal with hiring, if there was something wrong with our hiring and the way we've been doing it for the last who knows how long, there should have been some immediate meetings. There should have been some, instead of just, and here's what we're going to do. Same way here. If it's I don't see what kind of an emergency could happen in our situation that couldn't be handled with a phone call. Here's what I've got going down. Here's what we need to do to correct it. Can we have an emergency board of safety meeting? Exactly, yes we can. That's what it's designed for. You know, I wanted to advertise last meeting. I guess I would have been breaking all kinds of laws, but I would have advertised last meeting, just like we always have, and we would be that much farther ahead. This board, months ago, pledged that it would do everything it could to expedite hiring at the fire department and the police department, but mainly at the fire department, with part-time volunteers, so on and so forth. And then to have it thrown in our face that you guys are doing it wrong, you guys, it's not illegal, it's not this, it's not that. Yeah, I took offense to that, so that's my whatever.
Executive session at 5:30.
Okay, any more discussion on 202 or 200?
Well,
202?
yeah, specifically, what interim directive was issued by the chief that we're all objecting to or concerned about, that we can either vote on in a public meeting, yes or no, to keep it or not? What interim directive was issued that we're all here discussing?
This hiring process, didn't that fall under this?
Yes, that's how I received direction from the council to move forward on.
Okay, so as 202 says, it is policy until we vote on it, and we're going to have a meeting today where we can vote on this policy. You can raise your objection to support it or decline it at that point.
I've never seen his policy, because he runs right straight to the board with it.
That's incorrect. It got sent out to you.
I didn't see it. That's not,
It's
that
the
is
same,
correct.
it's the same email with the interim directive that I was following policy weeks ago.
Then, as Mrs. Little said here last time, she feels that she don't get very many of her emails. After the last meeting, we went and researched, and there was nothing ever on my emails pertaining to that policy.
I recommend talking to the IT director, because I send it out individually instead of the group. Because I don't know what the group stands for in there. Like it says BOS in the email group. I started using manual entries. I put the names in there manually.
So there was no, my name wasn't on
Which email you're referring to?
the one that you said you sent out about that.
Search my phone,
I asked you to do that last meeting.
and I provided a record of that it was sent.
And I know with my email, if you, I've had people put, and took me a minute to learn this. People are putting in my first name, and it's only my first initial.
I followed the recommendations of the IT gentleman, yeah.
I'm sorry?
I followed the recommendations of the IT guy how to search for them.
Did you find it?
I can't find it on my phone.
Okay. All right, we will adjourn this, work session, and we need to go into an executive session. So, if you're not a member of the board, we need to have you with please until we complete the executive session.